It's also, I think, what you give to the artist is a tool to become more professional and more serious about what
Yes,
you're
I
doing.
think that one of the most important things nowadays is having the ability to understand what is going on. And I believe that once you understand what is going on, you can act upon that. Yeah, acting upon something you are not in the known of, yeah, is almost like a suicide mission. Yeah, it's spending a lot of money, spending a lot of time, and not really understanding what will happen. So now, if you turn around this story and you start understanding where your audiences are, what is happening to music, either of comparative artists or similar music for that matter, then you can make a plan. Yeah, and making a plan, believe it or not, sucks. Nobody wants to make plans, right? But in order to become successful, yeah, and to make a living out of this, you have to start thinking like that. So yes, you are in a situation where you have to, yeah, become more professional, and you can only become more professional by either appointing a record label to help you. Well, then better make sure you're good enough, yeah, and that you have the right terms and conditions. Or, like many other people, become a do-it-yourself artist, yeah, and don't consider that to be a B citizen situation. On the contrary, I just named Coldplay, Muse, Kings of Leon. These are serious names, just for the record. Yeah, they do it all by themselves. Yeah, so you, as an artist, wherever you live, whoever you are, whether you have a reputation, whether you have a repertoire or not, you can become that person too. But you have to think.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think also, because you have all your data in one play of all these different streaming platforms, you have a valuable tool in negotiating. Because you will see how much audience you have, how many views you have. If you go
Yeah.
for a gig, it means you have that community. It gives the value of what you're doing as an artist. It adds to the value.
This morning I had a conversation with a classical singer, wonderful young lady, and this was just happening before we started. And of course, she didn't have any gigs over the last year, but she was being asked a couple of weeks ago to perform, yeah, at a venue. And the owner of the venue or the organizer literally said the following: you know, it's either you performing or that other person. Yeah, so be careful with what you ask. And she gave her a rate, and the guy said, the other person is doing it for free. So much for valuing a artist, a hardworking professional, yeah, and literally putting them on the spot, yeah, by allowing, yeah, to work for free. Who wants to work for free? This is a era where people should be able to make money. Now, if you go back to that conversation and you can prove the venue owner that you are having an audience, that you do have fans, that your music is being listened to, what do you think will happen to the price? You can literally start saying, you know what, I'm a successful person. Look at this. Yeah. If you don't value my performance, too bad for you. You won't make money because what is free? Free doesn't have any value. Yeah. So we also feel that what it is we do will contribute, yeah, and allow artists to ask what it is they deserve. And I think that's very powerful. And then if you talk about technology, yeah, the blockchain is just a layer of being able to administer whatever terms you have agreed upon with your collaborators. But if you go one step further and you start talking about the so-called non-fungible tokens, that people can pay you money to own your masterpiece, again, if you can prove value by data, the price will go up. So we take out that emotion.
Yeah. Yeah. I think for our audience,
Yes.
Bitcoins, NFS,
Well,
Can you
first of all,
explain a
if you
little
look
bit what
at,
it is?
well, let's talk about the cheating in the industry. That contract is lost. The most beautiful thing of blockchain, once in the blockchain, yeah, it won't go. It can be observed, it can be monitored by everybody. So it can't be manipulated. That's what they call smart contract. So instead of a piece of paper which might disappear, yeah, and afterwards having a discussion, but no, that's not what we agreed upon. With blockchain, it's just technology, but technology putting to use for a good cause in this case. Can't be manipulated. So whatever has been agreed between partners is registered in that blockchain. Yeah?
Yeah, in a kind of open vault that
Correct.
everyone can see what you agreed upon. There's also a lot to do about ecological
No, that's more
footprint
the
of
mining
blockchain.
of the bitcoins. I'm not going into a discussion whether Elon Musk is right or wrong. That's a
Yeah,
total other discussion. But there's alternatives for that. Yeah, the ecological, let's say,
yeah,
impact doesn't have to be as bad as being presented by the likes of Elon Musk. It's easy if you have a lot of money and you, well, preach on your own behalf. That's not really fair thing, I guess. So in this
yeah,
case, I believe there's way
yeah,
other ideas behind it. We are not talking about Bitcoin. We are also not talking about a volatile cryptocurrency when starting talking about that. We have made sure that our crypto token, which will be launched in this summer, is related to the US dollar. So it will be a highly stable token. Yeah. Also, understanding that artists are not working on Wall Street.